Hello and welcome to the Flory Models Friday catch-up show. Here we are with you on the 14th of January 2022. Really busy week this week. Obviously lots of things been released. We've heard about new releases obviously coming from Airfix and stuff like that. So let's dive straight in. So anyway, all started off on Monday. We had part 2 of the Trumpeter 1/24th scale Hurricane build go up there. So on this particular one we were working obviously on the cockpit areas going through, so we were painting up, as you can see down in here, all these different areas, really bringing it to life and taking what is, you know, technically it's not a bad kit straight off the bat, but we're just adding a little bit more detail with weathering and some aftermarket. So we've got a instrument panel there, we've got some harnesses that we were working on and putting through and getting them into place and working our way through all of that. So that was basically up with you on Monday for the members to actually see that one. Then we had on Tuesday, the actual Tuesday show was back. So in here we were talking about all the different things that are going on in the forum, catching up with your great work. We were discussing the group builds and SIGs going forward and obviously how we'd like them to be laid out and things like that. And obviously we want all your names and addresses for everybody who's got a qualifying build, i.e. all the ones that are in the video presentation for the Out of Africa group build from last year. Because obviously, unfortunately, this is the last year we'd be doing the medals and I haven't got one here to hand. So it's finishing off that one. So far around about sort of 58 of you, I think it was, have got in contact with me, and I know there's a load more coming this morning, and I'll get those printed off. And then what we'll do is on Monday I will order obviously that amount of medals that we need, and that will finish that one off. Going forward, as we spoke about in that particular video, we're going to be doing virtual medals which you'll be able to display in your signatures, which will then hopefully you'll build up over time and you can see them down in there. Then what we're going to be doing is literally picking out our top favourite from the team point of view, members who have done the best build thread. It's got nothing to do with the model at the end of it, weirdly. It's all going to be about the build thread, because again, that was the whole ethos really of doing the actual group builds and SIGs, is to leaving a legacy behind of people who can come along and see exactly how you built your model. I've spoken about it a million times before, I don't want to go over it again. But that was the whole point of it. And again, with rising costs and we've had trouble with postage and various bits and pieces, so that's what it's about. Please read the small print. I'm not going to go over it here, but obviously if you watch the Thursday show, you'll know about the reasons why we're not doing the medals anymore and things like that. So if you are requesting a medal, you are liable for it. I.e. if it gets returned back to me, you have to pay for the medal. That's how it basically works. But again, there's full details all about that, and that was down there on the actual Tuesday show, as you can see there. Wednesday, as ever, is the PM show. So it's me, Matt and Andy, and really we were talking about, obviously, the news from Monday spilled over about the Airfix releases and what we thought about it. A long old show. I think that one was actually something like an hour and a half. So bear with us as we're discussing all things Airfix related and other manufacturers' releases. And we were talking about all of that in that particular show, and obviously everything that's going on at the PM Models store. So if you want to catch up with that one, it's down there. Also, Matt put up the part 2, which is the final construction of the actual Dragon 35th scale Sherman that he's working on at the moment. So he's doing a video build part of that, and it's a free to watch as well, so you can see that over on the PM Models YouTube channel, or you can watch it here direct on the Flory Models site as well. So that is up with you. So that was actually Wednesday's show going forward. Thursday it was a live show. I haven't changed the thumbnail over, and obviously we were discussing Airfix, all the various bits from it, as you might imagine, your feedback. We spoke about the pricing structures, we talk about obviously the rising costs of the kit and in the hobby and things like that, and then we went round and basically scooped up all the questions we've missed since Christmas, because there was a lot of them all over the forum and everything. We answered all your questions to get us bang up to date. So going forward, obviously we'll be carrying on with that particular one. So yes, so lots of questions answered, lots of talk obviously about Airfix, obviously with the membership as well, getting involved in the conversation. So that is definitely the show for you. The other one, as you can see down in here, the Codron, I think that's how you pronounce it, review went up. Beautiful kit from Copper State Models as ever. This is one of those companies which just gets better and better and better. And again, I've put up deliberately all the pictures of the instruction manuals here, because I know there's a lot of people out there who are probably still, you know, sort of weeping and mourning the loss of Wingnut Wings. But honestly, have a look at Copper State, because, you know, their instructions, I think in some ways, surpass anything the Wingnut Wings ever put out, but also the injection molding and the plastic that they use, it's really good quality, very crisp. The decals are absolutely beautifully done, and again there's photo etch down in there, but again, as you can see down in here, there's beautiful details in this one with the actual stretch fabrics, things like that. As you can see, the little pinch marks down in there, and again, it just is really very, very nice. And obviously we talk about as well what such an iconic aircraft this is, which I knew nothing about whatsoever. So you can see the full review about that one, if you want, that is down in there as well, so you can catch that particular review down in there. And then obviously we got another review which went up with you today, if I can find the thing about it, which will be in reviews, which just went live this morning. Here we go. Is a kit which I've had here for months and months and months, just never got round to doing it. Is the Infinity Models 132nd Helldiver. So you might remember we've actually done a review on this as well of the resin version with HPH. So what HPH have done, and Infinity Models have sort of done a plastic version of it, or injection molded version. So as you can see, you've got all the details in there, not quite as heavy as duty as perhaps the resin one, but you can buy the resin Bombay. I think there's photo etch flaps available. There's a lot of aftermarket parts which tie in to bring it up to speed. But if you're not a fan of resin and the thought of doing an HPH resin kit terrifies you, this is for you, because it's just all that gorgeous detail, as you can see right the way through, but actually in an injection molded kit. So say great decals. You get fabric harnesses, which are the HGW ones, which are beautifully done, as well as photo etch. But as you can see, the parts are really very nice. All that surface detail, raised and recessed, exactly the same as you'd find on the resin one, that is still in this kit as well. And as you can see, it looks absolutely fantastic. Okay, it is a little bit like a limited run kit, so there's no locating tabs and things like that, but honestly, as I said in the review, they can be a hindrance to you with your building, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. So see it like a limited run kit, but really very, very well detailed. As you can see, some very nice details in these ones, so don't think this is a shortcut, cheap down version. It's basically the injection molded version of that kit, and the clear parts are absolutely beautiful as well. So anyway, that's your reviews that are up there this week. They're down in here in the review section, as always on the site. Just click on reviews and you can go back and see all the reviews that we've done. Lots and lots, well, hundreds and hundreds of them now are just down in there. And again, now we've got all the photos in with them and everything else like that. And I've got more reviews coming for you next week as well. So Matt's sending me down a goodie box next week as well. So we'll get those reviews coming out to you as we're making our way through. And then that brings you really up to today, which gets you to here with the Hurricane. So as you can see down in here, the next parts of the Hurricane come up. So this is where we finished off doing the harnesses and weathering them in, and then obviously we start to get the cockpit all together, and those harnesses just really, really make it. Hopefully I think you agree, they look absolutely fantastic right the way through. As you can see, and that instrument panel's nice. And then we went in and we added a little bit more wiring and detail into it, and then it's into the engine. So flat black over the engine, and then we put a some of the other areas we use buffables. So this is the Mr. Colour buffables, I think it's MC214 dark iron, and then the great thing is you buff it with a brush and you go from that to that. It is beautiful. I love working with this stuff, but as we said before, it's not in something you want to handle all the time though, because it is the gift that keeps giving. And literally we started to put the engine together, so we've got the cockpit installed now and we've got the engine in, and that really brings you bang up to where we are now, which is to here. So I'm going to be working on this over the weekend as well, and going right the way through with it to get the next part up on Monday. Matt's sending me down a load of stuff for this little lump, which is what we'll be starting next week. So as you say, the whole theme of this year is go big or go home. So I'm starting on this one. I wanted to start on it already, but unfortunately I haven't got the parts yet to get going on that one. So that's why we've done double episodes on this one this week. But say next week we're going to be working actually on the Hornet. We've got loads of aftermarket going into that one to bring it up to speed. We know it's a handful of a kit, and that's why I'm going to quite enjoy putting it together and fixing some of the problems, shall we say, with it. But again, I've got lots of aftermarket coming down for that one. Matt's got them up with him now. He's going to send them down to me with these kits, and then next week I can actually get on with that build as well and push right the way forward. It doesn't stop there though, because if I can grab it, here we have the next build I'm working on. I know, I must be absolutely mad at the moment. This starts tomorrow. We're going to be working on the Hella, the Canadair CL215. So again, I was supposed to do this kit last year, never got round to it. But as you know, we have a lot of fun with the live builds, and that's something we're going to do a lot more of this year. So Saturday morning, 10 o'clock till 12, we're going to be 2 hours with you. Me and the team are all going to be on, and we're going to be building. So it's not a show really for questions and stuff like that, but if you want to follow along, chip in with the conversations, it will be open to to YouTube chat as well, so anybody can chat onto it. You don't have to be a member, and we can just have a relaxing morning with a coffee and a chin wag. And I'm going to start to work on this one. So if you remember last year, I did two full online live builds, if you like. So this year I'm going to be doing, well, starting off with this one. Perhaps we'll get two in this year as well. So each time we do a live show, I'll be exclusively working on this one, and you can catch up and follow along with those as we make our way through, and the team exactly what they're doing with all their builds as well. So yeah, really very, very good on there. So looking forward to starting on that one. Looking forward to pushing on with the Hurricane next week. To be honest, as I said, once we get this engine in and we're going to cut it open to display it and all the rest of it, we can get it together. That'll be good. We can just slide that off to one side as that's all drying and sealing up and filler, because it's going to need it, I think. And then that way we can start actually on the Hornet next week as we make our way through and those fantastic kit reviews. And that is about it. As I say, it's one of those things. It's one of those weeks really where it's been so busy with everything that's going on that there's been a lot of building work. But that's the sort of plan really for this year. A lot more building, a lot less talking. So that's what we're working our way through it on there. Remember, you can catch up with all the various bits and pieces. Just pop over to the actual the site. And again, just to give you a quick recap, we've got, obviously you click on the vlogs at the top, that brings you up to all the shows that we're doing. Again, right their way down in there, we've got reviews over here. So literally just click on your reviews or your manufacturer, will take you to those as well, down in there as well. So that's great. And then obviously we've got the tutorial section, which is something we've been working on a lot over the last couple of months as well. So a lot of the ones are answering a lot of questions. The weathering section, which has proved extremely popular with everybody at the moment. These are all free to watch. And again, you've got high-res photos down in here. So if you just want to click on a photo, you can see a nice high-res photos down in here as well, as we work our way through to show it, to sort of complement the videos that go on about them as well. So these are all in sort of bite-sized areas down in here. And again, these are all free to watch. You don't have to be a member or anything else like that. It's just to help you guys get going with your weathering and things like those. Again, hopefully this year, probably it's going to be a few months when I get into the year, we'll be doing the advanced version. So that's the basic section. Then we're going to be working on an advanced section, which will follow along a build like we did with there, but where we won't be messing around with showing you how to put plastic together and just do normal airbrushing. We'll be more specifically looking at the more tricky side of things, so aftermarket stuff, advanced sort of techniques of painting and weathering and stuff like that. So that way you've got a basic and a sort of an advanced one. And again, we've got other tutorials coming up, just standalone ones on things like gloss work and all those sort of tricky areas, clear coating and all of those, and metal work and those types of things. So lots of stuff still to come this year as we sort of build up that library to put all of those through. But again, they are all up there as you can see through. And again, the video builds just down in here. You can come along, click on them, and even if you're not a member, you can come in here, you can click on it, and you can see the full sort of build thread in a sort of photo form as well. So you can just come in here and go right the way through with them as we do, and can see perhaps what we're getting up to as well. So if you don't want to subscribe, you don't have to. It's just down in there right the way through. Obviously, we've got the classic store, which are all free to watch. Again, I will get a few more of these put up over the next few months as they come through as well. So all of these are full video builds, just like the other ones, but obviously there are older ones. So these are around about sort of over 10 years old ones I sort of putting down in here as well, so you can see those. And as always, you've got the store. So you've got obviously all your sanders and your washes and your bits and pieces just down, and pigments just down in there like that. So again, pretty straightforward. Speaking of stores, over to the people at the PM store. Obviously, they've got some new arrivals in, which we spoke about on the Wednesday show. So we said we've got that Akranaplan in there as well, so that's back in there. We've got the Muscovite type van as well down in there. We've got that gorgeous Hella one as well, that Renault as well, and the Zeppelins, which we spoke about on the Wednesday show as well. So Matt's going to send me one of these down for review next week so we can see those. And obviously the ICM, the OV10D is in as well. Plus the fact, obviously, we've now sold out at the moment, but hopefully we'll get some more back of the Profi Pack Zeros. So we've got those and all the other ones, as always, as you can see just down in there. And then we've got the specials. So specials this week we have, there we go, we've got a little bit of Bandai coming in, sort of generally sort of filtering in. So we've got the A-Wings on special as well. We've got the actual Gorgeous, which we still think is probably, again, it's a little bit contentious because I might, differ, but a lot of people seem to think that is best in scale. So that one's on special as well. We've got the Bellix, we've got the rally car there as well. We've got that 35th scale 109 and a few of the other bits down here as well. And if you want to grab a bargain, to be honest, honest, that's a really nice kit. Full video build of that one, which I did, is the Hong Kong Models B17, and we've got it up now just for 100 quid. So absolutely fantastic one down in there on there. And that is about it for this week. Again, really busy week. Next week should be a lot of fun as well. Again, it's that time of the year as well with I've got tax and various things and VATs to sort out and all like that at the moment on top of everything. So if I'm a little bit late with emails and stuff, just bear with me. I'll get to you just as soon as we can with all of that type of thing. So as always on a Friday, I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery. Hopefully you join us tomorrow and 10 o'clock as well for the live show. But if not, happy modelling. Take care.
Wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing and keep your words naked. You got me blushing, and you forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. Town, alone and stranded. Why leave me hoping and guessing for the answer?